the Meg.TV, bro, because that's where it's at, yo. That's where it's at, yo. Calling my shot like Dave.
Oh, he's gone.
No practice swing. Crap out of that one. Yeah, I did. Out of that one, yeah, I did. What's up, RJ? Welcome everybody to Monday Madness.
What do you know, Pops? How's this StreamYard thing work here? I don't know any of these buttons.
You forgot all how to do it, huh?
I have, and you know what? I don't miss it.
That's okay, because we keep your channel alive, bro. We keep it alive. We keep dropping stuff over there.
I still use it now and then. Still now and then, but it takes a special occasion.
Yeah, like getting married or something. I don't know.
No, I don't put that on there, but it's like having Roy Thomas on the show. That's we'll open up the show for that.
Yeah. We'll do it for some people. He's trying to say that some of you just don't rate anymore. No, I'm kidding. RJ is busy as hell, guys, and we ain't talked to him in a while because he is that busy. And adding some extra home life cut into his time as well, I'm sure.
It did, amazingly enough. I go to bed a lot earlier than I used to now. I used to stay up and do this job until like 1 a.m. and then get up at 6.
Yeah.
Every night.
I guess I need a wife in order to calm down, huh?
It does that sometimes. Half the time, it's like the exact opposite of that.
So you're saying it evens out. It evens out.
What am I looking at here? This is new.
What?
This code here down in the corner of the screen, right here.
Oh, our QR code. Yeah, that's when we did the business cards. That's the back of our business card.
Oh, I thought maybe that was a link to the Roku channel.
No, it's a link to the website, where you can also watch all of our shows and see our schedule and check out our store and everybody's bios and all the cool people that are involved in the match.
I was trying to set you up there, man. That's what I do.
You are part of that as well, whether you knew it or not.
So I've been told. Yes, I have a lot of people. It's funny. It's like I'll have people out of the blue say, "Hey, are you associated with Pops Van Zandt?" And I'd never know if it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. But I say, yeah. They don't let me know in advance. It's like, hey, do you work with this guy? Or you know that motherfucker?
Yeah, they wanted. They're trying to get you to out yourself as a friend of Pops. Is that such a bad thing?
It hasn't been so far. It hasn't bothered me.
Yeah, I mean, look, I had somebody put it out there really simply to me. You guys know I'm a broke ass. I ain't got a whole bunch of money to spend on anything. And I've been doing this for a long time and I'm struggling. I'm trying to find a new residence and all the, things that life throws at you. But if someone's helping you and they're struggling too, that's not help, yo. That's love.
Yeah.
That's love.
That's a long time, man. We've been walking this road together for what, 4 or 5 years now?
5 years, RJ. And my ghost has arrived. My co-host, the ghost. What's up, Mr. Pepper?
What's happening, guys?
We're gonna start calling him Dr. Pepper, I think.
That'll work.
He's a hot one.
What's going on, RJ? Good to meet you.
Not a bunch, man. You got a show called Ghost Pepper's Hot Takes. I mean, that would just be like,
Sounds good.
Seems to write itself there.
Yeah, man.
I'm already. The wheels are turning. That's a Pilled exclusive.
Hot takes.
See? Again, I still got it, Pops. This is what I do. I come in and I meet somebody new. It's like, hey, are you doing this? Because this seems like a natural fit.
Yeah. Ghost Pepper does co-host a couple shows over on Pilled with Java. If you guys haven't checked it out, they do movies and music and comedy, and they have a good time over there. So,
Yep.
and hello to all of our people everywhere: Rumble, Pill, Facebook, X, Twitch, even the bots on Twitch. Right.
Gotta love the bots on Twitch.
Hey, bots.
The bots and the thoughts.
They always trying to get me new viewers.
Oh yeah, and it only cost you,
Arm and a leg.
It's like, we see that you're not making any money. If you give us some money,
yeah. If you give us more, we know you ain't got.
yeah. It's like, how about you come and show me what you can do for me, and I'll cut you in.
There you go.
Well, all you got to do is, bounce around in an indoor swimming pool, half naked, and get plenty of
Over
views.
little plastic balls.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Well,
which half?
For those of you who do not know, RJ is the man behind Critical Blast logistics, fulfillment, publishing, all that stuff.
All of it. And it's I'll tell you what, it's I never saw it going here, Pops. Never in a million years. If you'd asked me.
Look how old that is, RJ. Look how old that is.
Oh man, that's programming and logistics, man. I did some.
I made that little thumbnail for you 4 years ago. Look how old that is.
But that's what we did. I'm trying to find some stuff I can show that's not safe for work. We're into everything now. Into everything.
Yeah.
So we do publishing, and we do logistics.
Sweet.
We have clients for whom we do both.
Yes.
We got one of our biggest clients right now, and if you like, if you like the easy on the eyes kind of covers and stories, check out what's coming out from places like Submarine Treehouse, Armand Nassim. We are every month publishing and distributing 2 books every time. This is one of their books. This is Beat Me #1. This is a adult spinoff of an old nostalgia show that you might have remember when you were a kid. It's a parody. They do that in parody. So I'm not going to show the insides. No, I'll end up on the wrong page real quick. And last thing I want to do is get your channel struck.
RJ, we are on the cusp of Roku. Fuck YouTube. Show whatever you want.
Yeah.
No, I won't do that. No,
I care not.
Not until you're there. When you're there, then
care not. YouTube yesterday, they pissed me off so bad, dude. We had a short that had gotten over 1,000 views in an hour's time.
Well,
and every time I looked back at it, it had less views.
What?
And they took it down to 638, and I went out and I started bitching about it on X, and it stopped at 637.
What? How do they take away views?
Started bitching about it. They stopped taking views away.
That's wild.
400 people went back and rewound it.
Well, I'm looking at it like they act like they're illegitimate views. This all happened in 1 hour's time. Okay, if I could manufacture 1,000 views in an hour, I'd be doing it every hour.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, I can't manufacture views. If you look at the analytics, they come from the YouTube Shorts feed. That's where most of them are viewed at. So what they're saying is 40% of their viewers are bots, and they will not remove the bots so they can keep stealing from you.
Collect the ad money first, and then don't pay it to you because, illegitimate views.
Yeah,
write it in the books first, and then take it away.
They get your money. That's all. That's all. If 40% of the views of that short were illegitimate, and they did not remove 40% of those viewers, now it's a scam.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's YouTube. YouTube's always been a bit of a scam.
Okay, now it's a scam. Whether anybody wants to believe it or admit it or not, if 40% of their viewers are illegitimate and they take your funding, your funds for those views, they're a scam. You know. so yeah, I just don't care about YouTube right now. Don't care. Don't care. So do whatever you want, everybody.
All right. Well, in that case, not only did we print that cover for Beat Me, but we printed this cover for Beat Me.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You see how we do that? You see?
This is
Take that, YouTube. Take that.
Submarine Treehouse. There you go. This isn't on my channel, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh fuck. Well, never mind. I'm not using it anyway. So.
Of course, it's on your channel too. We always broadcast to the Critical Blast.
I know. But nothing. It's nothing that you couldn't see on the Kickstarter campaigns. And
That's right. That's right.
And as much as people block images on Kickstarter, you don't have to. You remember when? I know you remember when Mike Barron got kicked off Kickstarter.
Oh yes.
By a competing creator.
Yes.
Well, that creator had books on Kickstarter at the same time, and they had full throttle covers on Kickstarter. Nothing covered. So I said, well, that's not right. And maybe a little maliciously and a little bit vindictively, I said, hey, Kickstarter, look at this, look at this, look at this. And I sent them screenshots. I said, what happened to, and Kickstarter, and I have the email if anybody wants it. I have the email from Kickstarter that says, we see no violations of our community standards in these images. Bring on the titties, boys. It's okay.
Sweet. I do love some titties.
How you doing, Maya? I got a little white dog now. I got a little white dog that came with.
So just hit RJ up. He'll send you that email.
Yeah. If Kickstarter ever takes your images down, say, you said right here, officially, that this is okay. Pops go.
I don't know. So what? Are they taking people's stuff down on Kickstarter for nudity?
Well, I mean, everybody's always like, got the little smiley face stickers over stuff.
Okay.
Self-censor, but you don't have to.
Man, I have not done that in a long, long time.
What
Took
you
yourself
did.
out, didn't you?
Kicked myself out of the stream, man. It was caught me by surprise. I ain't gonna lie.
What else can I show you here? I'm probably going to show you some stuff you've already seen, a little bit of it anyway. But it's kind of like setting the groundwork for things.
Well, some of us might have seen you posting stuff. But you haven't been out on the network in a while, so I want you to
Did you ever see this?
I did see the flare, yes, and I did see Southern Nights. We were playing that ad for a while.
Yeah, the ad's great, but when you turn this book sideways,
Whoa!
Y'all see that?
Look at that.
I get visions right now of Crocodile Dundee going, now that's a book.
Oh, look, now that's a book. Yeah, this is nearly 1,200 pages of black and white 1980s comics, and that got us. Henry Vogel's book here, Southern Nights, great book. He also did X Thieves, which we also published. Set a ball rolling because we're like, it's the complete. He's like, well, it's not the complete. I'm like, why isn't it the complete? Well, because the last 2 issues of the series were part of a 5-issue intercompany crossover with Heroic Publishing. So, first of all, it had characters in it that they didn't have rights to. And secondly, it would have been, 2 middle chapters out of a 5-part story that wouldn't have made sense to anybody reading it. So like, well, what can we do about that? Who's Heroic? And he introduced us to Dennis Malinay over Heroic Publishing. And we said, hey, this 5-part crossover thing here that you guys have as League of Champions Volume 6, we'd like to publish that for Henry. He's like, yeah, that'd be great. We'll do a connecting cover. And that way, people get both of them and put them together and they got, with the one big image. That was great. We had the interview on stream and we had Henry on, we had Dennis on. And I was like, yeah, we're going to do, we can do hardcover and softcover. And Dennis stopped and said, you guys can do hardcover? So, long story short, they didn't publish the their League of Champions Volume 6. We published their League of Champions Volume 6. And that led us into doing, Flair, the Flair Archives, Volume 1. We have since printed Flair Archives Volume 2, which isn't quite as thick, but it's still a hefty book. And this one, which was one of our first horizontal books, this is the Flair Sunday strips. See, now, Heroic tried to get into the Sunday comics business with Flair. And what they did was they did Flair every Sunday. So, throughout the book here, and some of these weren't published. Some of these didn't make it, guys. So there's new material in here. You'll have every page, every right-hand page is going to be a full Sunday strip. And there will be, where is it here? It's on the left side here. Here's the date that it would have run. Here's a piece of key art against the background that came from the strip. And then here is the strip. And it's just, the whole kit and caboodle, the entire run right here. Flair every Sunday, the Sunday strips. Very, very happy to have done that.
Very nice.
I want to see one of those, a Spider-Man one.
Well, the Spider-Man books were a big influence on how we design a lot of these books. I mean, if you look at up close, the Flair with those panels in the background.
Mm-hmm.
With Southern Nights, you got those panels in the background.
Mm-hmm.
That was taken directly from John Romita's Spider-Man collected books. That's how they did it. It was like, the panels were all there across the background and Spider-Man swinging across the front. So, why reinvent the wheel? We just did that. Again, we've done some more crowdfunders that have gone into retail. Folks might know this name. This is
Monster MD. Yeah.
Monster. And one of the things that, when we were talking with Vaughn about this, like, hey, we do multiple formats. So we did, the hardcover, the soft cover. We did a manga size, which is more portable that you can take to the airports. And then he's like, why don't we do, black and white, do the classic monster like thing, like the Universal Monsters edition, which Vaughn loved. And we put that together as an A4, which ended up selling as many of these as we did the hardcovers. So,
right.
So we kept this in our hip pocket, and lo and behold, another project came along that was a color book that we said, this would look really good in black and white too. Why don't we do a black and white A4 version of it? And they said, well, okay, we'll give it a shot. And they've been black and white ever since because it looks good. And that's how you've got, black and white copies of The Atlantean, which is also being distributed by us, both in retail and in crowdfunding. We're busy.
See, some people may remember. Some of you have been around a long time, and you may remember way, way, way back when we were like, "I'll put RJ in a warehouse someday."
Oh, I need one now more than ever. But here's the thing: our model keeps us from having a whole lot of inventory. What I need now is just a big library to keep all the copies of what we publish. Because I always make one for myself. This is company record, company archives, and we have a lot of people come to us to do stuff. We've got more people coming every day with stuff. It barely gives us time for our own projects, the things we want to do. But we make the time because they're important to us, especially when they're low-hanging fruit. That's how we end up with something like this.
I'm one of them people. I send RJ part of what I want to get done every month, but it seems like it's taking forever anyway. But we're
let us know it's all there, man. We'll put it together and piece it
we're
together.
Just waiting for two more. We're waiting for Docs and we're waiting for Edwin's. And when we get those, we're good, man. But yeah, even I am one of them people that's got RJ hanging on the line. He said, "When are you gonna get these to me so I can get it done?"
Well, dude, you saw the big Southern Nights book. We have another big book coming out. I mean, it just cleared the printer today, and I sent it back for okay, this is your final chance to pull the brake cord and say, oh, something's wrong before we release it. So it's releasing this week. A little book called Journey by William Messner Loebs that came out in the 80s and 90s. We've got the complete run plus unpublished pages, plus some of Loeb's earliest works that got him discovered by Aardvark Vanaheim in the first place. So we're doing that, and we're doing his autobiography, his comic book autobiography, graphic novel.
I am really proud of you, RJ. Look, we both watched each other's thing snowball on us. We both watched each other run into speed bumps. We've watched each other be super excited and super stressed out.
Yeah, and you know what? It's and don't take this the wrong way, Pops, but it wasn't because we were smart or knew what we were doing.
No,
we didn't quit.
Yeah,
we didn't quit. We were too stupid to quit.
Exactly.
So every time it got rough, we're like, well, on to the next one. And
too legit.
We've made plenty of mistakes. We just learned from them.
And this is the whole thing. We've hit so many. It's a roller coaster ride. He's been going through one for 5 years. I've been going through one for 5 years. And if there's anybody out here at all that understands what I've been going through, it's this guy, because he goes through it too.
We're knee deep in the same muck, man.
Yeah.
This is one of our projects, one of our own projects. Now, of course, we didn't draw this, but hey, every January you learn about somebody's in public domain. So we decided we were going to do the newspaper strips of the Golden Age, 1929, Volume 1. This has, written by Edgar Rice Burroughs and drawn by Hal Foster. And this is, that first year of all the Tarzan strips. Now, they weren't strips then. They were literally panels with text above and below them. And this
like a Family Circle cartoon.
Exactly.
So one thing. Yeah. Yeah.
We remastered the strips, by the way, which is something you won't find anywhere else. So, wherever it got damaged in print or it was faded out or a line was out of the way, we painted that over and got that corrected. Of course, Tarzan wasn't the only guy who went into public domain this year. We also got our Volume 2, which has Philip Nolan's and Dick Calkin's Buck Rogers adventures. The 5 strips per page here. That's cool. Again, all remastered. And we've also reprinted the science fiction text story that was the very first Buck Rogers story that leads into the strip. But wait! There's more!
Wait, there's more!
Don't.
Oh, I've been waiting to use that one over on Pilled for a long time.
There's also...
RJ, do you know about Pilled.net?
I am aware of Pilled.net. I haven't gone there yet, but I'm going to have to, apparently.
Yeah, go check it out. Just go check it out.
Newspaper strips of the Golden Age, Volume 3.
Popeye!
Very first appearance of Popeye in Thimble Theater. And again, all cleaned up and remastered. Not only did we there were like word balloons that you couldn't read the letters on because like tape was over them. So we're like, well, just find another newspaper that printed that one. All of them had it. Every newspaper archive had the same blemish or the same deterioration. So we fixed them. Not only that, the words were like running into each other. They were just like really thick blotted words. We thinned the lines down on the words so you can read the thing now. So when we say, it's reimagined on the front cover, we don't mean that we rewrote the text. We fixed it so you can read it, so you can see it, so you can enjoy it. Because we got better technology now for printing. Let's take advantage of it, guys.
Yeah.
All of these books, all of them available on criticalblast.com.
That's awesome.
And Amazon. Oh, yeah, Amazon too. Those guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And let's just not forget all the people. Look, this guy will put you on the Amazon website. He'll put you on the Barnes & Noble website. He'll put you on all them places that you want to be on.
All the places that can sell books you can get these books from. Now, I have seen places like Barnes, they've like had it up and they're like, well, this book's not selling, or they're taking it down. They have the right to do that, but it's still in their system. It's in that catalog. They can look it up if you ask them for it.
Right. And look, that's going to be with any. Look, wherever you put it, you got to promote it if you want it to go off the shelf or off the, into the shipping box, whatever you want to call it. If you want it to go away, you have to promote it, guys. Okay, just putting your book up on Amazon doesn't mean Amazon's telling the whole world, hey, Joe Blow put their book up here today. No, they're not. Okay, you have to tell people you put your book up there. You got to be that guy. You know what I mean? It's work. It's work. But promotion is still the second most important part of this. Get it out there, get it up there on Amazon, but then go tell everybody that they can get it on Amazon. Don't just think Amazon or RJ is going to do the work for you. Okay? Promotion is still work.
And right now I'm talking to another client.
You see that? See that?
Yeah.
And that's another thing. I go out of my way to push people RJ's way. And I do that for a reason, because I know RJ's legit. He's going to get your books out to people. There's not going to be any hassles or questions or complaints. RJ's really good at what he does. With fulfillment, with all that. He is really good at what he does. So, I've been sending people his way since I met him.
I'm passing on some information here that I haven't passed on to you guys yet. And it's about, hey, I need copies for a convention. If we publish your book, gets approved, boom, 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 and you are going to go do a show somewhere, if you tell us a month in advance, because we need that kind of time.
Right.
Say, I need 10 copies of this. I need 20 copies of this. How much can I get it for? We go out to the printer, we make an order, and then we take the screenshot of the order and we send it to you, and you get it for cost. Critical Blast makes no money off of your trade show.
Yeah, that's nice too, isn't it, guys?
Man,
get your books to sell on your tables at cost, and RJ's going to get them to you.
Yep, all you pay the printing and the shipping. I put the order in because my account. I'm not going to give you a credit card number.
Yeah,
you got to give me your money, and then I give your money to them. It's how it's got to work. But
it is, like you said, it costs. Look, RJ and I ain't neither one of us ever been about getting in you guys' pockets. Okay, you guys don't make a lot of money in the first place, and it ain't help if you got to pay for it.
our contract with the stuff that you guys sell. We have an 80-20 contract where it's like we figure out the retail price that gets you a profit that you're happy with. You get 80% of that gross profit. We get the other 20. We want to make $1 million, but to do that, we got to make you 5.
Yeah, we got to make a whole bunch of people money to get there, and that's the thing. It's like I have no problem selling ad space, right? I don't mind that because everybody knows we're out here 30 times plus a week and people's ads get played. Okay. They get seen. We do our best. We also, if it's a good ad, we can even use it as a short on the network every now and then as a promo, because the shorts get seen way freaking more than the shows do because of YouTube's algorithm,
Until they take your views away.
Yeah, so if you make an ad in shorts for them, that makes it even better because we just play it every now and then on the network in that form too.
Speaking of ads in short form, we've been making, promos for our books. Most of the time they're 30 seconds. Sometimes I put on the white suit and the top hat and it's a whole 3-minute song and dance routine. But for the most part, we try to stick to a 30-second format. If you check your DM right now, you might.
I don't have to. It's already loaded.
Oh, there you go.
1, 2, 3.
Shadow of the city, she listens deep. Every whisper, every murmur, every secret we keep. Her ears catch the echoes of a world in despair. Murcielaga, she bad, she's always aware.
yeah.
The newest one from Heroic Publishing. Of course, we skipped over because I don't have a copy at hand. We skipped over Captain Thunder and Blue Bolt, which is Roy and Dan Thomas's work for Heroic Publishing. We collected all that up, and we're going to be doing. We're going back. They published collections of League of Champions, but they haven't done them in hardcover. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to make the big boy books. They're going to be the big fat ones, the omnibuses. That's going to be fun.
Look, this, like I said, RJ's been working hard for years, guys. A lot of work. Okay? Just like me, getting up early, and he had a real job too. I didn't have to do that.
Yeah, I still do.
A real job too, right? Because does that job, then does this job, working really hard to make this thing happen. And I looked at it way back in the beginning, and I was like, man, that's so perfect for people who aren't versed in shipping, which it can be something you really got to learn now because of all the international crap and everything. You better know what you're doing, or you're going to get burnt.
It changes every year. And you know what? If you're living in Mexico or Brazil or anywhere in South America and you order your books, you're not going to get them. Just South America and Mexico are anti-book right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
You'll get them, but you know what you have to do? You have to give us your tax ID number. Literally, Pops, it's like if you bought something from Mexico and they're like, yeah, we'll give it to you, man. What's your social security ID?
Yeah.
You'd have to give it to them to get it so that it would be reported on your taxes. Man, I can't imagine that kind of a regime that does it, but it's that way. I mean, the labels just, it doesn't even ship out and return. The label gets stuck, says, oh, no, you have to tell us what this guy's tax ID number is before we can print it.
Oh, shit. So, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. It is a smart idea for you if you want to ship, basically worldwide, to just go to RJ and have him handle your fulfillment. Guys, the cost is out of the shipping cost. He doesn't go, hey, I'm going to need 20% of your Kickstarter fee or any dumb shit like that, right? It's
Pops. I'm going to let me reiterate the picture. How much does it cost you to ship your comic with us? You've got a crowdfunder. You want to ship it. How much are you going to charge me, RJ? I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell everybody. It's going to cost you a big fat nothing.
Nothing.
Cost you nothing. Why? Because when you put your Kickstarter up, you're like, hey, it's a $25 book, $10 shipping. Shipping. That's not your money. That's the customer's money to ship the book. That's what we're going after. We don't touch your profit. We don't say, oh, you made $200,000 on Kickstarter. Yeah, we'll do it for like 5% of that $200,000. No, it's a flat fee. Our invoice to you, you had 400 orders, and you have people who maybe ordered 2-3 times. Guess what? You're not going to pay 2-3 times to ship that out. I'm going to take their addresses and one address. The guy ordered 3 times. We put them all in one order, so it's going to be one shipping. Your invoice is going to say, hey, look, here's the guy's address. He's in this group. It took a poly bag, a Gemini, a bag and a board. It took a piece of tape. It took a label. Hey, there's a handling fee. That's where my money comes in. That's $2.25 right now for anything from Indiegogo and Kickstarter. $2.50 if it comes from Fund My Comic, because there's a little bit more work to do with the data there. So I'm like, well, I got to pay myself what I'm worth.
Right.
And then the postage. And then there's a line total that says this book costs this much total to ship. You see every piece of what that total involves. You're like, yeah, Geminis are 80 cents. Polybags are 36 cents. Piece of tape, 12 cents. It's not just a piece of tape. It's 12 cents worth of tape. I measured it out. Okay. 3 cents for the thermal label. 31 cents right now for a Silver Age bag and board. I'm putting everything in Silver Age now because some of y'all putting out some fat books. PHAT fat.
I know.
I got tired
of put a book in the bag and then like tear the bag. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah. It's easy to say, well, rip that bag. But, after 30 bags, you're like, why am I $10 short on something here?
Bags cost money.
Yeah.
God, I can remember I used to go to the store and buy thing of bags and thing of boards for like $20.
Oh,
right?
I just bought, okay, Yeah, I remember going to the store and buying a
Yeah.
thing of bags and
Yeah.
a thing of boards.
You buy pallets now, but I remember. I'm
Well,
just
not
saying.
quite, but I did just buy 1,000 of each right now. They just came in today, and they won't last 2 weeks.
You hear that, guys? That's how many books are going out.
That's getting them out there, son.
That's how many books are going out through RJ's fulfillment program that you guys could all take advantage of. It wouldn't cost you dick.
Yep. I buy Gemini's 135 in a case. I buy 2 cases every 2 weeks.
It's like that. This is what I'm talking about. It's grown. I've watched it grow. I've watched RJ go from cramped in a little teeny tiny apartment room where he was trying to do marmalade shows under his desk.
Oh, man. Breaking my shoulder like, hey, everybody, it's me, Marmalade. Yeah, that was, he's still around. I've got nothing to do with him right now.
Oh, I know. Look, eventually him and Crom are going to they're going to do it. They're going to be in the animated show together. It's going to be Crom and Marmalade. You know.
That'll work.
I've already seen visions of it, so I know it'll happen.
If you've seen my feed today from Critical Blast Publishing has its own Facebook group, and I just looked at it the other day and realized, yeah, I haven't done anything with this for a while, have I? That book was out for a while, so you probably got bombed with a bunch of stuff where I'm like, hey, this book, hey, this book, hey, this book, hey, this book, because we just approved a whole bunch of stuff in the last 5 months, and I just dropped you a picture of one of the ones you've probably seen already, Lunar Smoke.
I am bringing it up here. I am.
Yep. This is another one of Armand's book over at Submarine Treehouse. And this is from their Lunarverse collection. They have Martian Smoke and Ocean Smoke and Jungle Smoke. It's smoke in this instance comes from the television show Gunsmoke. They're all sheriffs, but they're all assigned different regions to work on.
I remember that guy. I remember that guy. I think he was on CromCon or something a couple times.
Sure, he was. I remember him being on CromCon because he was on the same time I was. I sent him over. He's doing two, sometimes 3 books a month. He's running Kickstarters for 14 to 20 days long, and he's getting them. And he starts another one the next month. You know why he can start another one the next month? Because guess what? Kickstarter won't let you start one if it's not fulfilled.
Right. Well, you can get to a point where they will. If you've done it 20 times, then they're like, okay, we'll let you run 2. You know. But you got to really have run a bunch of campaigns there before Kickstarter will give you that love.
Well, this is their first one. I take it back, second one, but the first one doesn't really count because it wasn't really a crowdfunder. This is the one we've been publishing this one since issue 4. They just put out issue 7, and we talked him into taking all the print files from 1 through 7 and smashing them into one hardcover volume. There's also a soft cover and a manga size. We try to do all 3 all the time because they all sell. They sell in every format. And this,
Diamond.
Yeah, you can't even get this one on Amazon yet because Amazon's feed hasn't refreshed. This just got hot off the press today. So you can go to the Critical Blast bookstore tab and order it there. And all our books are available on the Critical Blast bookstore tab. You'll notice that they're a little bit cheaper than what you can get on Amazon. But guess what? Getting it a little bit cheaper than what you get on Amazon, the creators are usually getting double or more of the profit that way because we're not splitting the sale with Amazon. So we can undercut the retail a little bit and have a whole lot more money to play with as far as what the creator gets paid. And you know what? Also, I don't have to worry about fulfillment. It's being fulfilled from the printer. You order that, it's gonna be printed, boxed up, and shipped straight to you.
See how that works? It's beautiful. This is the criticalblast.com website where you will find all kinds of cool stuff. I just sent you our new logo. You can replace that for me, RJ.
Okay, I will do that. I see where you mean it now. I was like, okay, yeah, that's a cool new logo. What do you want me to do? Oh, that. Okay,
yeah,
sure.
And yes, I was looking at this, and right below our logo, and everybody knows that Pop's trying to find somewhere else to live. Right below, there's a house for sale right here in town. Right? They only want $250,000 fucking for it.
Is that all? You can crowdfund that.
I'm like, hey, guys, if I crowdfund a book and they don't pay you in 10 years and you get to buy me a house and say, okay. I did want to once again say, give my respect and love to Commie Mark, who killed his campaign the other day and refunded all the money to anybody who asked. Didn't go, oh, I don't got the money. Didn't go, I used it to pay my house bill. Refunded everybody's money, $12,000.
He held on to the money.
Not only that, but he offered a bunch of free PDFs to everybody as well as a kind of a, thank you for supporting what he was trying to do.
And he had a really good reason for not being able to get his work done.
Well, yeah. It wasn't like it was him.
Yeah. Wasn't like he got lazy or anything. Important family things changed in his life. So yeah, I'd have done the same thing.
And
while you're on that page, hit that bookstore tab, Pops.
Oh, that's where I was going to go.
Okay.
The bookstore. Available now from Critical Blast Publishing.
Yeah, they're sectioned off. You got children's books. You got anthologies like Gods and Services, our newest fantasy anthology that just came out.
The Devil You Know.
The Devil You Know Best. The Devil You Know Better. Fables Next Door. By the way, we're already taking stories in, and we got a good collection of them for More Monsters Next Door. That was a very popular one.
Monsters Next Door, right here. Yes.
We're happy with that one.
Paranormal books.
Yeah.
True crime books.
Yep. And here we go. Graphic novels. This is where people are going to be interested. Look at all this.
There's a whole bunch here, guys. Whole bunch. The Atlantean. Murcielaga. I ain't even trying to pronounce.
Murcielaga. It took me a while too.
Xenodicious by Timmy. Come on. Olsen.
You're gonna see a lot of Tim stuff in there. He's always always humping them books, man.
And he's always out telling them. And he's always out telling everybody his book is on Amazon.
Yes.
And dropping the link.
Hey, the Southern Nights in color, guys. In color. Loose Threads from Mark Polton. Pizza Tree from Mark Polton.
League of Champions.
More flair.
I see a lot of flair.
Cordrath.
Yeah, Cordrath. We got the Christmas book on that one. So we were happy with that.
Black Blossom. I have no idea.
Okay. But
Russ Leach. Russ Leach's Conan stuff.
That's the black and white one. That's the one that we printed it in an A4 size, so it looks exactly like a Conan magazine.
Russ Leach, Randy Zimmerman. Yeah. Good stuff. Perfect 10 from our boy Dave freaking Brake right there.
Damn right.
Dave, who recently brought his show to the network. I don't know if you're aware or not, RJ, but
he's got a good show, and he's doing Perfect 10 number 6 right now with what we're going to fulfill. But guess what he's doing with Perfect 10 number 6? He's doing the collected hardcover, softcover, and we're going to be printing that.
Yeah. So there you go. Melvin 3, Shadow Kingdom hardcover and softcover color version. Is that what those are?
Yep, those are color versions, full color.
Got Ghost Story.
Uh-oh.
That's another good one. That's another good one.
Wonderful manga space opera from a young lady out in the Netherlands. Believe it or not, Netherlands manga, but it works.
Yes.
Really, art's perfect.
I think I met her on a Red Dress Press show. Mrs. Folkenstahl. Yes.
Yes, Anna Folkenstahl.
Yes.
Ex-Thieves, The same 3 books here, but guess what? They're oversized in hardcover.
Yeah,
we
they're
said,
big.
you know what? What would happen if we took manga and printed it more than full size, just to see what would happen? We experiment. You know why? Because it doesn't cost us anything.
Bullcap, A.B. Frost Bullcap.
Oh, 1901 cartoonist who did some excellent line work, all of it in public domain. We took that and remastered it, reformatted into like a narrative story that made sense, because it wasn't. It was just like little one-off shots that didn't have, they didn't translate well to the modern audience. We're like, we'll just take them all and we'll tell one big story.
Another one of our boys, Ron Moskowski.
Yes, Nano 13 is in there.
Sticky. I always did his name. But yes, our boy Ron with Nano 13. Some more Melvin. Holy crap, you got all kinds of stuff. What's
I
Black
have
Diamond?
everybody in here. Everybody's
Black Diamond. That's George, isn't it?
That is George. Well, George is, a big part of what we do in the publishing side of things.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, if George dies, we're shutting the publishing end down. I can't do it without him.
Wow.
We can find somebody to replace him.
Oh no! Oh no! He's irreplaceable. I've got to get his.
Well, then he better start training his heir apparent, bro.
I know. Oh, because none of us going to last forever.
That's what I'm doing. I got my grandson. I'm training my grandson to take over.
We got Grayscale going there. There's more Joe. There's more Joe King. That's George's stuff.
Oh, Joe King. Yep.
That's been out there for a while. More of A.B. Frost
Carlo.
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, Carlo. And then we get into the other books. We got the young adult novels. We got, it's a superhero novel in hardcover and paperback. It's a fun story. Then we got some sci-fi fantasy horror here. The Ghost of Elvis solving mysteries in the bayou.
Yeah, the Ghost of Elvis. Oh, I actually want to interview the Ghost of Elvis. I know a Elvis impersonator who's Rumble personality, and he's into madness. He's one of us, and I want him to come out as Elvis and let me interview him as the Ghost of Elvis. I think it'd be hilarious. Do you remember when we did the Ghost of Marvel's Past?
Kind of. I remember the idea. I can't remember any of the lines from it.
Do you remember? It was Peter Parker.
Peter Parker.
Okay.
He was in the Spider-Man mask, but he sounded an awful lot like Stan Lee. I don't know why. He was the Ghost of Marvel's Past. Yeah. We did a segment on RJ's show once with no preparation whatsoever. He didn't know what I was going to do. I just banged into his show as the Ghost of Marvel's Past.
That's where it happened. Yes.
It was great. It was good stuff. Gotta bring some of that stuff back. Here we go. Thrilling newspaper strips. He already showed them all to you. You guys know what's up.
Yep. You did the Buck Rogers, and we took all the A.B. Frost stuff and put it in one hardcover too. So that's actually volume 4. I don't have one of those on me.
Cool.
Is that all of it? Is that all of it? No, wait. There's more. You got the Grimm's fairy tale books. There's a big honking square bound book.
Yes.
And then coloring books. Yeah, we do coloring books, guys. We do them in hardcover and softcover. So we got the Steamboat Willie. We got the Core Draft. We have some of Georgia's sci-fi babes are all in there. We got a catalog.
All the stuff.
Man,
All the stuff.
good stuff.
And yeah, guys, this look, like I said, man, I've been following RJ and supporting RJ and promoting what he's been doing since I met him, man, and that was kind of before either one of us had anything.
Yeah, and you were already doing the not even promoting yourself, but promoting other people when you came on my show. There was a guy who couldn't promote his book. He couldn't do it.
Yeah.
He said, "This book needs promoted." So you came on my show, and I was like, "So what do you do with this?" He's like, "Nothing. I'm just helping the guy promote it." I'm like, "Well, okay, but what can you tell me?" It took me a while to figure out what Pops was doing.
I was a promoter. I was trying to help somebody out. We've had that a few times, like where somebody is unavailable to close out their own campaign, right? They already had some kind of plan, and they weren't thinking when they set up their campaign and, oh my God, my campaign ends on a day. I already told my wife I was going to take her to whatever, right?
It happens.
Pops goes out there and does what? Closes out their campaign live for him. I did it for Max when he was in the hospital. It was like, he was laying in a hospital bed. He couldn't do a closeout stream. You know, it's always been about trying to help these guys get seen, no matter what the circumstances have been throughout the 5 years we've been doing it. That's always been the goal. Help people get seen. So we ask you, like we always do, share their links out, share their stuff out, share the show out, help them get seen, because my reach is only as long as to you.
And we can do this as friends in a community and still do it as a business.
See, look, Ramon's already planning your evening, RJ. You better hurry up and take that little lady out.
Well, you know what? I just checked the phone. She is like less than a mile away. So yeah, I do need to do that.
It was hypothetical, though. It's not their anniversary or anything.
I give that lady flowers on the 15th of every month because that's the day we got married on. So I do that. And I'm a house husband. I work. Yeah, I have a day job, but I work from home. So
yeah,
I'm here.
I got to do all the job. I got to do all the home stuff. Yeah.
I don't have to. She's very appreciative of everything. Because she's like, you don't have to do this. I'm like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Couldn't I do it?
It's like, well, I'm just going to leave it here for you. No, I'm going to do it because I'm that kind of person, right? Yeah.
I could throw all the laundry in front of the washer and say, yeah, there's some stuff in there.
You could just leave the laundry all over the floor. You see, you're a nice guy.
Exactly. I know you just came home from work, but this is really your job, isn't it?
You got to clean this room up.
I'd be sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, take care of your people. You know what I mean? Take care of your people. Go check out criticalblast.com. Go check out all of the stuff that RJ's doing. If you have a campaign and you're not sure about fulfilling, or you've done it before and you're not a fan, you'd rather get back to work on your art and your writing, hit RJ up, man. He will handle all the crap that happens from the day your campaign ends until the next one starts. He'll handle all that fulfillment. You just get to go right back to work. It's a no-brainer to me that you guys will do your fulfillment for free. It don't cost you nothing. It doesn't even cost you the time that it would. It costs you literally nothing to have RJ fulfill your campaign, and you get to go right back to work on your next book. I don't get it. Everybody.
What a fantastic idea, Pops.
I mean, everybody should be knocking RJ's doors down right now going,
that's right.
Will you fulfill my book? Will you fulfill my book?
They are. Oh, man. And you know what? I love it. But, there's times when I'm like, I hang up, I'm pulling my hair. I'm like, y'all are killing me. But you know what? Because I want it.
Hey, it's the same way with me. When somebody hits me up and they want to, bring a new show to the network, and of course I have to, what kind of show are you thinking of doing, and what time slot and day and all that. We have to try and figure all that out. But even then, it doesn't always work. It doesn't always work. But every time somebody hits me up, man, I'm like, okay, it's that much more work to make this happen, but I want more shows.
I hear you. Well, Pops, I got to run. She is, I track her. She's pulling in the driveway. So I got to close out all the bad windows. No, I got to go move some stuff from the door so she can get in. I got
all right.
boxes over there.
Well, get to it. It's always good talking to you, my friend, and we'll get you back out here. Anytime you got something to announce, hit me up. We'll bring you out, bro.
We'll do. We'll see you later.
Yeah, man.
Peace.
Peace.
And our second guest of the evening sent me a message, said he would be a couple minutes late.
Right.
So I'm going to take this opportunity, play a couple of ad like type stuff, and maybe go pee pee.
All right.
So what do we got here? You want to just play them down from the top?
Sure.
Start with the GMP and just play them down to, yeah, you know, play them down to Tuesday Brew, and I'll be back by then.
All right. Uh-oh.
I'll start.
In the heart of a major city, in a place raised to honor Earth's past protectors, the world will again learn, sometimes, superpowered intrigue doesn't stop at the grave. Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 1. Crowdfunding now on Fund My Comic.
I'm Lori Calcaterra from the Tuesday Morning Brew, and I have a hot take for you. My friends, I am tired of remix, reboot, recycle, sequel, prequel. Aren't you? Like, where is all the new stuff? I want to know what's new in comics, in movies, in novels, and music. But for that, my friend, you gotta go to indie. Here on the Tuesday Morning Brew, we like to go right to the source. I interview indie creators, writers, artists, musicians, novelists, actors, you name it. They're all on the show, and it helps us keep a pulse on what's new, what's poppin', and what people are passionate about. Join us on Roku every week and other platforms live on Tuesdays. And no matter if you're drinking coffee, tea, or the tears of your readers, make sure you tune in to the Tuesday Morning Brew.
Make sure you tune in every week to the Tuesday Morning Brew. Tomorrow morning, 11 a.m.
Fantastic show is. I
Did
like
you
how
see
they get
this?
off on other tangents in that show. They get way off subject and start talking about like real life stuff, and that's some of the funnest parts of her show. When they
Well,
just
that's the thing, Lori. See, that show used to be a hangout,
right.
like 8-10 people out here,
Oh damn!
right?
Everybody
And-
talking over each other.
Yeah, and it was like the only time anybody would ever shut up was when Lori was talking.
Right.
And finally, I was like, Lori, you want to take the show over? Because the only time anybody ever listens is when you know, the only time everybody ever shuts up is when you tell them to. And she goes, okay, but if I take the show over, it's going to be different. I said, okay. It's your show. Take it.
Yeah.
So did you see this, Ghost Pepper?
You get it bigger.
I don't think I can make it big.
I see it.
But it's got a little, it's the TV. It's my TV.
That's the well, I got okay, so all right, let's go through it like this. So if I got Roku, I just go to search, and what do I search, Pops?
Not yet. This is the testing. This is the testing. We're not letting anybody look at it until it's done.
Okay. So you
What?
hadn't decided what we searched to find you?
Oh yeah, well we got that all figured out. It's just
Okay.
that's just the testing.
It looks
putting a few
fantastic.
things up there, put some categories up there, get the text and the background colors right, and all the stuff that makes it look presentable when people click on it, right?
Right.
That's what we're working on right now. But as you can see, we are a entity in instant TV building a Roku network. There's the proof for anybody who's doubting. Don't doubt my determination, because I put way too much into this not to see it happen. You know,
Good, man.
don't doubt us, people. We're gonna do this. We're gonna have fun doing it. Now, programming for tonight, we have It's Freaking Figures with Zombie, I don't know if Zombie's gonna be there tonight. I know Bruce Q. Wayne is gonna be guesting over there with Dustin on It's Freaking Figures. Zombie might be there. I'm not sure, but I know Bruce gonna be there. So for you people on Pilled, I know you got Bruce. That's where he's gonna be tonight. 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and let's see, what else do we got? Well, tomorrow morning, obviously Tuesday Morning Brew.
Yeah.
The usual things that go on Tuesdays. There could be a Tuesday exclusive Pill Draw stream. I think Deese did his show last week, so there isn't a social hour this week. He's bi-weekly, so it's just every other week with the social hour. Tuesday night, even though there's a Silverline show every Tuesday night, late at night, 11 o'clock. And, it's just all action around here, guys. We are going to keep bringing you stuff, and we hope you like it. That's all. So what's up with you, man?
Not much, man. Living the dream. I don't care what anybody says. I think the economy is booming right now. It is in the flooring business anyway. It is booming.
It is.
Yes. I mean,
Really?
we got it's to the point to where when you have so much to do, you just can't figure out when to do it. Like, there's only so many hours in a day. There's only so much manpower. You know, how do you get it all done?
There's never enough time in the day.
Never. And I mean, especially.
What's up, Todd?
Hey, Pop.
What's going on, brother? Nice to meet you.
Yeah. And I'm feeling that. I am so tired right now. I just did a 3-day con, and I came right back, and I get right back into the work, and then Pops sent me a message. Oh, we'll see you later. I'm like, all right, I've got to go talk to Pops about my Kickstarter because it's taking 2 hours. It's just like, oh, I'm just so tired. So
it's the ritual, though. We got to talk to Todd. And we have to talk to Todd during his campaign, or at least once during every campaign.
Yeah. I've been so busy, Pops. That's why I was like, I almost didn't reach out at all, because I'm like, am I gonna have time? Then I was having like a no backer day. I'm like, screw it, we're gonna do it. We're gonna end this big, I suppose. I'm just, it's been nonstop since June started. It's been crazy. Like, 3 cons, a Kickstarter, personal stuff, and a new job. I was just like, stop it. I knew Jenna was gonna be busy. I didn't mean this much.
I didn't know you got a new job. What kind of? I mean,
just a new side job of mine. I work for YouTube channels, as I told you, I think once. I got a new one. One of my old bosses came back and was like, "Hey, Todd, can you do some work?" I'm like, "Sure." Yeah, and he's like, "Great, here's 10 scripts I need." I'm like, no. Never ending.
Is there contractual obligation going on in there somewhere?
I'm getting paid well, so at least there's that.
Yeah,
so.
As long as you're getting yours, that's what matters.
Oh yeah, I made sure. I'm like, dude, you come back after like 2 years or so, and you're like, yeah, I need you to work. You're paying me for it. I've gotten higher rates.
Yeah, I work better now. I'm better now. I'm worth more.
more like, yeah, I know my value.
Yes.
I love that.
Thank you.
So we are here with Todd because Todd is down to
less than 2 hours.
The final 2 hours of his campaign. we told him we'd give him some love, and I'm not going to be out here for the whole thing. I'm not going to be out here till it's over, but we're going to promote the heck out of this for a little while, 45 minutes, hour or so.
I can do that.
And, tell everybody about it. And then you can go out and on Facebook and do a live stream to end it out on your own channel.
Sure.
In front of your, in front of your people, remind them, hey, it's almost over. Where are you at? That's why we're here. It's almost over. Where you at? 108 backers, $2,323. That's pretty cool.
That's a nice number.
Yeah.
I will say
it could be 25-25.
It could be, or 26. It could be 30-30. let's not go too far though. Right? Let's not go too far.
Challenge. This is your mission. If you choose to
accept it. There you go, Pops.
Share this out, and let's help this man get over the 2,500 mark before this thing's over.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
Or at least get me to 110. Like 110 backers is a nice round number. So.
Well, I'm figuring 2,500. Let's get to 115 back. How about that?
Well, if you recall the last time we were together, Pops, I had like 20 people back in the final day. And it wasn't all because of you, but I'm just saying like in general. Pop would have loved if that was the case. But yeah, it was like the biggest final day I've ever had. And like, you all waited till the last day.
Well, really? It's like, I remember getting up in the morning and looking, and then when it was showtime, it was like, damn, you'd gotten like 15 between the time I looked at it in the morning and the time the show started. I was like, he's popping today.
Yeah, it was something, that's for sure.
And that is a Kickstarter thing. I think a lot of people, they don't know if they're going to have money.
It's fair. And I was actually a couple hours ago, I was doing like my final rituals, if you will, of trying to get everyone on there. And I went to my past one, number 9, and I did the whole backer report thing to see like who hadn't pledged. And I sent out an email with some people who hadn't pledged. And I'm like, okay, they told me they couldn't pledge. They told me they couldn't pledge. They told me they couldn't pledge. Like that was a 1-for-1 situation, yada, yada. I'm like, so like 5-6 people have outright told me like, hey, Todd, I can't back this time. And I'm like, that's fine. Like, at least they're honest about it. And I'm never gonna, like say that you have to pledge, I'm not that kind of guy. I've never have been. I ask, and that's all I can do. So,
well, see, I got really lucky. I got really lucky this time, Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not that it's just somebody like turned their campaign off, and I got a refund.
Yeah.
So I have a little money.
Oh.
So as long as I don't, I'm not going to dox myself and do it live, but I'm probably going to grab me number 10 before it's over. So just see it.
Thank you, Pops.
I do have 1 through 9. It'd be kind of dumb not to have 10 if I can get it. So,
well, I mean,
yeah, that's only because Commie Mark's campaign got shut off and he refunded the money. That's the only reason I had the money to do it. It's money I didn't know I'd have. So I'm gonna throw it at you. What do you think?
And I am forever grateful, Pops. So,
but yeah, people, this series is really good. I'm gonna go ahead and play this trailer real quick.
Oh yes, the classic trailer.
And then I will let you give the pitch. Here we go.
Tokyo Rap! On every corner, danger lurking and trying to hurt you. Violence and overload in the streets of Tokyo. Time for some action, get the slashing against these 5 factions. Yeah, take them to school to the land where the guns outlaw. Only the blade can rule. I'm not in the mood for all the evil around me, so I'm ready to do. Embrace the past, but you won't stop our future. I'm a disillusion, now I'm choosing to change perspectives. Form a little sister leader of the Ronins, now with the detectives. Yeah, we combine, skill that'll beat the 9. Tell there's peace of mind, we'll stay sharp. Always hit the mark with a blaze, shining in the dark. Ready for their attack. Every job that we take, we gotta react. Think fast, cause the enemy's on the dash. Sense all this evil behind the mask. We fight with full force till death's a fact. Every day's a clash, you never know who's gonna act. We on the crash course, gotta keep up the pace. always on the chase. Never know who's gonna be our next case. It doesn't matter if you're Ronin, a terrorist, or empress. Try to take us on, we'll see who passed the real test. We'll give it our all, though we don't know true rest. With Tokyo Blade detectives, we are the best. Welcome to Tokyo.
No freaking Todd over here trying to one up everybody with that.
Oh.
Did you see that? That was awesome.
Thank you. Funny story about that one. I was doing some, like, I had a con the last 3 days, an indie pop con in Indianapolis, Illinois. I literally get home at 6:30 and I'm like right back at it with work. I've just been nonstop. And I post in this group I'm in, and this guy who I know, he goes, "Wait a minute, you've been on Kickstarter this month?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "This is the first time I'm hearing about it." I'm like, "My bad." And he goes to the page and he plays the trailer and he goes, "Wait a minute, when did this happen?" I posted it. It's not my fault you didn't see it, Chris.
Well, see, this is the whole thing. Everybody doesn't see every. You can be following every. I could follow you on every single platform that you're on. There's still no guarantee I'm gonna see everything you post.
Oh, it's so true. Like Facebook has been like killing me recently. It doesn't like that I post about this. I'll post, like the last 3 days I posted about the Comic-Con. Just took pictures of my table, say like, "Hey, send me vibes." I've gotten like 30 plus people liking every single one. I make a post that night about the Kickstarter, nothing. Just like,
yeah,
mean.
It's hard, man. It's hard to get.
No.
It's hard to get the interaction on Facebook that we used to get.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the reasons I made the group was because of the way they treated a page. Like if you wanted to promote something with your page, it's only going to reach a few people and they're going to be, "Hey, if you pay us, we will put this out bigger and better." Right? So I just quit messing with pages and made a group of like-minded people that like to promote each other and network and whatnot. Right?
Yeah,
and that group grew, and we have no problem posting there. But watch me post somewhere else and get struck, get banned, I mean,
Yeah.
if I do anything outside of my group, Facebook is horrible to me.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a process, and the more you do Kickstarters, it's like, okay, how can I reach out to people? So like I'll do DMs via their Kickstarter accounts, I'll do emails on the final day. I have my newsletter, just any way to get. And I've had people where I actually message them on Kickstarter and they didn't see it for some reason. They'll message us something else. He goes, "Oh, I didn't even see this." I'm like, check your messages, check your emails. I send out the call. I send the bat signal.
Now, see, this is the other bad thing that social media has done. Everybody used to look at their email every day.
Oh, I do. I have to because of work and such.
Well, see, I should, but I don't because I have social media and I can just send you a DM.
Yeah.
You see so it kind of killed people's the urgency of back in the day. We all was on our email, right? Because that's all there was.
Yeah. I can definitely see that.
Now it's like I mean, I can forget. I can go days without looking at my email, even though I might miss a booking or something. Because I'm just, why didn't you get a hold of me on X or Facebook or because email's so dinosaur.
Yeah, but
it's so dinosaur.
It can be, but like I'm also know people who are the opposite. Like they have social media, but they rarely check it. So like I messaged someone recently, like I honestly don't remember who it was, but it's like, "Oh yeah, I'm barely on here anymore, just taking a break." And I'm like, "Great, do that. I wish I could."
Yeah, I wish I could take a break from some things too. But we got it every day.
Yeah.
Look, what you do, promoting, you got to work every day.
Yeah.
You know? So. People don't understand the second part of the campaign. You can have the best book in the world. You can have the book that God himself wants to read. But if he don't know about it, You know what I mean? You gotta get out there and let people know what you have to offer.
Yeah, marketing is forever the
biggest
thing and like the hardest thing, and that's why. And I'm not afraid to admit I'm not the best at marketing. I try to do better, and recently I've done my best, but
you've gotten better with each campaign.
I like to think so. I try. If nothing else pops, I try. But yeah,
I don't mean just with the promoting part of it. The books have gotten, the art gets better. Everything is progressing in this without making the beginning look like it was, I mean, it didn't kill the look of the book. The first, it keeps getting better, but it hasn't made the first book look bad.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. And part of that is because I've luckily been able to keep L'Envoi on throughout the whole series. So that consistency is absolutely a big thing for me.
But you can see that level up in the art, even so, the level up in the story. And I can remember, look, in the beginning, I was like, I don't have no idea where dude's going with this.
I'm keeping you on your toes, Pops. I'm keeping you on your toes. You
remember in the beginning, I was like, I liked everything you were doing, but had no idea. And usually I can see the path.
Yeah.
Of a book. I can usually see where it's going. I had no idea where this was going.
Good.
And you've done a good job. They're good books, guys. If you haven't checked out Tokyo Blade Detectives, you should. Give it a look, because great story.
So for those who haven't, here, let me give them a little synopsis. For those who haven't, Tokyo Blade Detectives is set in a version of Japan about 200 years in the future. Guns have been outlawed, and only the blade can rule. Laser blades, that is. And our two main characters here, Miko on the right and Michio on the left, are two detectives who get wrapped up in a bunch of cases that are slowly going to change the country forever. And if you love anime of any kind, you're going to find something to enjoy here, because this is my tribute to all things anime. We've done references to Akira. Last issue, we did one to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and more are definitely on the way. So I love doing it. I love the setting. I love the characters. I love the very flashy action that we've been able to do. And then this issue in particular is very much about, their detective skills and how they solve a problem both in the past and in the present, and how it all connects into the future. So it's just been this is my second longest comic series ever, which is really cool. I did not expect that to happen, Pops, but you do the work and you make it work, and you just keep going. So, and I got 100 backers again for this one. So I was just like, people want to read my stuff. Thank you.
And if you guys look underneath that name right there, it says 18 created, 133 backed.
Yeah. I do my best to support others.
God supports others. Y'all give them a look. Give them a look. Share stuff out. Either way, hit the share button, man, on this campaign.
Yeah.
Links over there in the chat. Just click on it, hit share. And do us a solid, do Todd a solid. Help this thing get seen more in this last hour, and let him get a few more backers.
2 hours.
And
but
this is good stuff, man. Love it.
Then you should pledge. No. But yeah, we
pledge allegiance to the flag. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, to the Todd.
Oh,
I pledge allegiance to the Todd of the comics he doth make. For those like Ghost Hover who might want to pledge, but I haven't read the previous issues, we do have catch-up tiers. We have a digital catch-up tier and a physical catch-up tier. 30 for digital, 80 for physical. And then as Pop's scrolling at right now, that was the get featured in Tokyo. You can actually have a cameo, and we have 5 people pledge. We did have 6, but someone had to back out. It's fine. But you'll actually get drawn into the comic, and that's one of my favorite tiers we do every time. So that's been cool.
There's only 10 more of those, so
no, 5 more.
Or I mean 5.
5 of 10.
5 left of 10.
Yeah, yes. There you go. But then you can get comic physically, you can get digitally. We have stickers we offer. We have you can get every book I have ever made, which is now over 50 thanks to Tokyo. I have all sorts of books you can get digitally or physically via collection tiers or add-on rewards. And I just do my best to make sure I have something for everybody. So if you are interested, like I said, here's the Kickstarter. I appreciate any pledge.
Keep talking about it for a minute while I handle something.
Goodbye. Okay, Pops. The inspiration for Tokyo Blade Detectives was easily one of my favorite stories, Ghost Pepper, because I can honestly say, while looking at the camera with 100% honesty, I got it because of a Facebook meme.
Really? You got the idea?
Yeah, so what happened was I was on the internet one day, like you do, just doom scrolling.
Yeah.
And I saw this meme, and like those put your name or put your number or something, and you get like a name back, like one of those generator things. I'm on one, and it says, "What's your anime title?" And I'm like, "Sure, let's do that." So it's first letter of your first name, T, first letter of your last name, B, then last letter of your first name, D, T, B, D, and it was Tokyo Blade Detectives. I'm like,
boom.
Yeah, that sound no, but not the big boom just yet, because I was like, that actually sounds like a good name. So around that period was when Deadpool came out, the first movie, and in that movie was the line "Deadpool sounds like a franchise." So I just remembered that, and I'm like, Tokyo Blade Detectives sounds like a franchise, and so I put that in the comments, entered it, and I was done. Like that was it. I had no inclination to do anything else with it. It was just, hey, it's a cool sounding name. Come back on a few hours later, and I get hey, is this person replied to your comment? I'm like, I don't recognize that person. I usually know everyone who replies to me. And I'm like, well, what's this about? And so it was from the meme. And he goes, yeah, that actually does sound like a franchise. You should do something with that. I'm like, okay. So I looked at the name, and I was like, what does this tell me? Well, Tokyo, obviously set in Japan.
Yeah.
Detectives, modern day, obviously. And then I said Blade. Why would this need? It's an anime, so it's got to be really old blades or really cool blades. Yeah. I'm like, why would detectives need blades when in the modern era when there are guns? Because we all know anime loves their guns. Oh, yeah. And then it hit me. In a land where the guns are outlawed, only the blade can rule, and that's when the floodgates opened. I know. I had like the biggest moment. And like all these ideas started floating in about why the guns got outlawed, who's trying to take over, where the laser swords come into play. And it was so overwhelming. I actually had to do something I've never done before. I had to open up a Microsoft Word document, and I had to type everything down because I didn't want to lose it in the moment. And I was like, I spent like the next 20 minutes or so doing this. And I'm like, oh, this is really good. I could work with this. This is nice. And then time went on a little bit more. And I was like, okay, this is something special. Like, this is interesting. So it took me a while because the next problem was the simple fact that if I was going to do this anime comic, I need to have the proper artist. So I spent literally like the next year or so trying to find a good anime artist. And I had some false starts. This one guy actually did beautiful rendering of our main character, Miko, but it almost looked realistic, which I know sounds odd, but I wish I had the art still, but it was just like, it was too good. All right. It's like, no one's going to like this look on a comic book because it's just too much. And then eventually I found Lam Vuvan, who's the series artist for the interiors. And I was just like, hey, can you do this? And he goes, yeah, I can do that. So did a few test pages. I'm like, yep, this is the guy. And we've been rolling ever since. So
sweet.
Yeah. I am indebted to Lam for all he has done, and Alex Garcia is the cover artist, which is what Pops was praising earlier. So, also Pops, I happened to notice we gotten a backer in your downtime.
Can't imagine how that happened.
No, can't imagine. So, but
hey, I told you, I got 1 through 9. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Not have 10.
Exactly. So
But yeah, that's how you do it, people. You just click on the little button over there.
Yeah.
You know,
Click back the project.
Whatever tier you want. Got custom art.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Actually, Pops, if you would scroll to the bottom of the page, please.
Ooh.
Yeah, all the way down.
Yeah.
Not that part. Up. Right there. So that was actually the last time I did a special thing where if we reached 100 backers, I would have Alex Garcia, our cover artist, do a special custom art piece that everybody would get. This was the art piece. I literally just told him, Alex, go off. Whatever you want. Just make sure it feels like Tokyo. And then he sends me that back. I'm like, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had no idea he was into synthwave, but I'm like, yeah, that works. I'll take that. So, yeah, that's just the really cool level of artist that I have. And then these are the covers for the books that you can get via add-ons. Like that's my sci-fi novel series, As We Wanted to Stars, my tribute to Star Trek and Star Wars and Babylon 5 and all of them. We have Sherlock Holmes novels. I got 6 of those that are available. Secrets of Science, which is my science education comic, volume 2 coming soon. Let's see. Oh yeah, Thunder Rosa. I worked with the AEW wrestler Thunder Rosa to tell her life story in comic form. Her book was very popular over the weekend, so thank you, all you wrestling fans.
Do you still have any physicals of that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I sell them at cons all the time.
Okay, I might have to try and get me one of those at some point too.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Just because.
Yeah. Just because. Yeah. Keep scrolling upward. Let's see what's next. Let's see. Oh yeah, this was the most popular one at the con I was just at. My crime noir 5 Bullets 6 Men. This is the one I worked with on with SourcePoint Press. It's a classic black and white style one shot, so that was a lot of fun. People love the cover. I was just like, I knew what the cover was going to be, and then Joshua Warner of SourcePoint was like, "Hey Todd, can I add a little color to this?" I'm like, "Yeah, do what you want." And like everyone's like, "Ooh, what's that one about?" So who knew?
That's right. Sometimes it is the cover.
Yeah, this one is the one we did last year. Take the House, my heist graphic novel, my tribute to things like Ocean's 11 and 13, because we don't talk about the even-numbered Ocean's films. And yes, I am indeed the main character, or one of them, of that story, if you look at the bottom left. So, yeah.
Somebody should do one called Seas 8.
I see what you did there. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Scrolling up, we got 10,000 Miles, which is my Disney Pixar style story about 2 brothers who decide to go and dig their way to China, because why not?
They're gonna dig their way? They built a big drill?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, it's one of my funner stories that I've made. That's in the Home, my sci-fi fantasy miniseries. My very first Kickstarter success story was Home. We collected all 5 issues. It's now in one simple trade paperback, and it continues to be popular to this day. So very grateful for that. And then finally, my superhero series Guardians, which has 5 volumes out. And that was my start in comics, was making Guardians. So it's still very, very fond of. Now, Pops, earlier you were talking about how things with Tokyo had progressed to where the first issue hadn't looked bad. One thing that I do, even though people still read buy Guardians off of me and say they like it, I almost can't look at volume 1 of Guardians for 2 reasons. One, we had an artist shift in the first book. Like the first issue 0, was made by 2 men, Ang Chua and Alex Garcia, who still works with me, obviously. At the end of issue 0, Ang Chi had to leave, and Alex said, "Hey, I'll take over." You can see the style shift. And to his credit, every issue Alex got better, but you can tell like which one was when Alex took over for Ang Chi. The second thing is that because this was my first venture into comic books, the lettering is not the best. Like I put so many words into each word bubble that the print is like tiny. And so I'll see people flipping through and I'm just like, my God, I really did that, didn't I? I learned. I promise. I don't do that in Tokyo, which the preview page is proof. But yeah, I had to learn. Like it's all a learning experience. That's all it is. So, good times. Good times. But all those you can get via the rewards or add-ons. So if you see one you like, go ahead and just add that to Tokyo.
So now you see that the full comic PDF collection,
Yes.
$125. The full comic and novel PDF collection, $150. Dude been doing a lot of work, yo.
Yeah, and that is like that picture right there is my actual table from Comic-Con, like one of them. I was just like, what's the best way to show it? I'll just show your table. And it's like, done.
Yeah, just put it all on the table.
Yeah, I need new stands. I'm running out of room to put stuff on my table. So I'm just like, I need new stands to carry everything.
So yeah, all the books, you can get catch up. You can catch up completely. You can get your name in the thank you section for a little extra juice.
Yeah,
we
do that. That's another fun thing we've done ever since Home was we have a thank you section on the inside front cover. And I thank everyone who pledges to the $15 tier or above. So just my way of really hammering home that, you're the reason we're getting this made. It's not just me and the artists. So.
And then, of course, if you want a couple stickers or if you want the sticker, extra couple bucks, get that cute little sticker.
Well, we're going to have a new one for each issue, but yeah. Stickers were the one thing I was never really sold on, and I'm going to be, upping my game on that in the future. But I would say I hate that.
Magnets and bookmarks.
Yeah, bookmarks. Yeah, I've heard a lot about bookmarks too.
People like the magnets because, everybody's got that little mini fridge that they want to cover up with all their indie favorites, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I have filing cabinets that I keep comic books in.
Oh, that's very
We
convenient.
got stickers and magnets all over them. Okay. It's when you're giving them stuff like a 6x9 print.
Yeah.
What is somebody going to do with a 6x9 print?
Frame it.
They're not going to frame it up. It's just a print. It's not a piece of art. You know what I mean?
You'd be surprised.
Well, I'm just saying, if you back a lot of people's books and everybody's sending you prints, they end up in the drawer. They end up in a box. They end up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't display prints. You end up starting to buy art. And your art ends up, because I went through this whole thing where I had some really cool signed prints on the wall, and then art started removing the prints off the wall. You see, because real art always trumped a print. So I only got so much wall space.
Facts.
Okay, that print's going to have to come down because this badass drawing is going to have to go in its place. Okay, so eventually I didn't have no more prints on the wall. Now, where are all them prints? I got a portfolio full of prints. You see what I'm saying? You do display them. They're, you know what I mean? It's like, so I try to tell people to keep it within the things that people actually use. Bookmarks we use.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Magnets and stickers, they get thrown all over the place. Okay. Yeah. People like them.
Yeah. My BFF Leia, she had this suitcase, this big, giant green suitcase. And whenever we would be at the same Comic-Con for whatever reason, I'd always run into her somehow as she was like going to her hotel or whatever. And she had stickers all over it. And I'm like, Leia, where do you get all these stickers? She goes, at the con. I always make sure I get at least one sticker at the con, and I just slap it on the suitcase. So every time I met her, I'd be like, okay, what's the newest sticker, Leia?
And that's how it's supposed to be. There's stuff that people like. Now, if you are gonna, this is what I tell people: if you're gonna give prints away, make them the same size as the backing board so that they can display on the back side of the board in your comic bag.
That's smart.
Right?
I like that.
I would make prints the same size so that they have a spot. I don't have to find somewhere to put these or whatever. They fit perfectly in this comic bag behind the board, so I can show people the comic on one side, flip it over, there's the print.
That's really clever. I never thought of that. That's a brilliant idea.
Or if you really want to get down, just make the backing boards badass prints. Treat it on one side for the comic and a badass print on the other side. Somebody give me badass comic boards. I'd be happy. You know?
You never know.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
But yeah, the 6x9 prints, they get lost. The 4x5 prints, they get, they don't have a purpose. So you're printing stuff basically kind of for no reason.
Yeah. When I was first starting out, I did do prints, like very like Guardians era, which is when I only had that. And I printed like on really good paper, like special like splash pages from Guardians, or I was doing a special fanfic at a time which reached a certain audience, and so I always sell them. But it was I don't know if it was cost effective. I don't know if it actually worked. I was just trying to have a full table, because I was told never have like any empty true empty space on your table. Have something there. And print was my only option. But nowadays I wouldn't do print. I would rather do something like, say, stickers or bookmarks, because like you said, like that's more practical, and kids will get into like, oh, this is a really cool bookmark, Mom, can I buy that? So bookmarks are definitely something I'll check out in the future for another project that I'll come on when the time comes.
When it comes to kids, them chibi stickers.
Yes, that's what I'm going to. That's what I'm going to do for my next one.
The other thing that you need, well, you don't need it, but I've noticed that people are buying the hell out of cards,
like trading cards.
Like character cards, in the character. Like everybody's doing a card of their character with stats and whatnot on the back.
Yeah, I've been seeing that too.
Everybody's doing it, and people love them things. And they actually, there's games where you can actually put your indie character into, right, and play, because the stats are there. Okay, it's uniform. It's the same for everybody that's playing that character. You know what I mean? You take away, you make it so people can play the character and take away any possibilities of people OPing it or whatever, or taking it outside of what it actually is. You decide what its stats are by the card that you create for your character. You see?
Yeah. I have seen a lot of cards, trading cards recently, and it's definitely something I'm considering for this next project I have, which I'm going to go like full tilt with the reward system. Like with Tokyo, I love the rewards I offer, but I would say that it's a bit more streamlined. Like I don't have variant covers. I don't have certain other things.
The only reason I say that for this is because she is a fighting character.
She is. Yeah, Miko is totally a fighter. Miko, Michio factions. So
we have a game, a tabletop coming out called Indie Battlegrounds. Okay, so if you got a card, you got stats, and you go, hey, Max, can we be in this? Max goes, yeah, sure. And you're in. You see what I mean? And then people can play your character in the Indie Battleground game.
I'll keep that in mind for the future, Pops.
So make up some cards, bro. I'm just saying.
No, you're right. And Tokyo would fit that mold, especially with the characters we have already and the other ones that are getting established as the lore goes on. So that definitely is something to keep in mind.
And like I said, people just buy them. I don't know. There has been a reboom in the trading, and I mean trading cards across the board. Wrestling cards, baseball cards, everything suddenly is happy again. I don't know why.
Yeah, several people we've had on in the past few episodes have just praised the sales of their cards.
Yeah,
like the ones that had them.
Interesting.
So, even if as an add-on for $2 or whatever, make them. I'm just saying, make them.
Yeah. Maybe it won't be this volume just because I'm more focused on it, but maybe with the start of volume 4 when that comes out, because I'll have time to really find the right printer and get the good designs. I would want these to pop as much as possible.
Yes, definitely.
Because I grew up on Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like, I don't even want to think about how much money I and my parents spent on my card addiction.
I don't want to talk about Pokemon cards because my son I had bought him everything. He had the first printing of every single card. He had them all. The first printed set.
Oh,
He had them all. We had unopened packages of them still and stuff. And I don't know what happened to it. It was just gone.
My cards are currently in boxes in my parents' garage, and they're like, "Todd, are you going to come get these eventually?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I'm not.
Dude, no. Them Pokemon first print cards are ridiculous.
Yeah.
You want to eBay that stuff away? I'd be on my way to mom's right now.
No, I know that I did have like the binder, like where we have the card slots. Right. So, and I remember at one point I structured it Pokedex wise. So like, number one was Bulbasaur and so on. I didn't have every card, but I was dang close. Like I never got a Charizard. I knew someone that had Charizard, like a really beautiful one, but I never had that one. I had Blastoise, I had Venusaur. So I don't know how much my would be value wise, but if I were to sell them, which I probably will in the future, I would definitely be eBaying and say like, yeah, here's the complete collection. Good quality.
If they're first edition Pokemon cards, they're worth so much money.
Okay, I'll talk with you later about how to determine whether they're first edition, because I honestly don't know, or I don't remember.
A little black thing on there. I think that has a number 1 on it or something. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, there's a little black spot on there.
If nothing else, I'll Google it because it'll tell me. It's like, how do I tell that these are my first edition Pokemon cards?
So that's what you do, people. Make sure you have cards with your campaign. I'm just saying, if you have a fighting character, you can probably get it involved in some tabletop games and stuff as we go forward. We're really branching out and doing a lot of other extracurricular networking things to get people networking together. How cool would it be if Todd went online out here on a stream and played Indie Battleground against a couple of his friends and their characters?
Sounds like fun.
Sounds like a lot of fun. That's what I'm saying. This is the kind of stuff we're trying to build, man. So stay tuned, people.
And going to your point of branching out, when I've talked to other creators about the stuff they do, I hear sometimes the wildest of rewards and add-ons, and some of it's just because this is what they do and what they have access to. But other ones are like, hey, I have like a wood covering for a book. Yeah. And I'm like, a wood covering?
Wood covers. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I never even thought about that.
I actually have the original, the first wood cover that she tried to make.
Yeah, Lori.
And it like the wood warped, so she couldn't attach it to a book. I said, I want it.
Yeah, I was like, I'll take it. Defects sell more. That's just canon.
I have some really cool Path of the Pale Rider firsts.
Yeah. But yeah,
I have the first little book the little binder book that she made of the first 4 issues. I have the first one of those. I got some cool stuff from Lori. Lori's awesome. Man.
Yeah, Lori's great. But yeah, I saw that, so I'll probably be talking to her about that in the future for another project I'm doing. People have talked to me about metal prints and holographic ones,
cards and
cards, stickers, bookmarks. And you think about like, but this is a comic thing. Like, why aren't you just focusing on the comic? Because just think of it in the terms of human nature. We can have the base thing, and the base thing is good, but we always want that little something extra. Yeah. It's just
everybody wants a cherry on top,
Yeah, everyone likes a burger, but you get the burger with the fries, and then if you're like me, you get the burgers, the fry, and the drink because you want a complete set, And so that's why people sometimes do variant covers, because the base cover is good. You always make sure the base cover is good, but then you bring in that one artist who just does something special, and you're like, oh, that's cool, but this one's better. I was like, I know I can look at that for a long time until people do that. And with stickers, like Pop said, you could just plop them on anywhere. Then it's you're seeing it every day, and bookmarks you use every day. It's just these little extra things that hook you into the series more and say like, oh, what are they going to do next? What's the next sticker going to look? What's the next bookmark going to be? What's the next trading card? And that helps us in the long run because you continue to pledge to our support. Then you pledge a little bit more, which helps us in the long run. It all works out, all because we're giving you that little something extra.
So before we cut out on you and leave you to do the last hour on your own, Before we leave you to face that last hour on your own, I want you to introduce your whole team. We're going to scroll up through you.
Sure.
Give them some love, because without them, you know.
I would be nothing. That is just fact. So this is Alex Garcia. He is my longest collaborator, as I noted. He's been with me since Guardians #0. He's the cover artist for Tokyo. He's my letterer for most projects. He is like one of the most versatile artists I've ever met. He did so many of the books that you saw below. I was, hey, Alex, can you do this style? He goes, yeah, I can try. And then he knocks it out of the park. That's what he does. Without Alex, I would not have anywhere close to the amount of books I have right now. The only reason he's not doing Tokyo is because I had him on another project. And I'm like, I can't keep just asking Alex to do everything. I know he wants me to, but because that means he has work. But I knew that I need to have more of a team. And so I could do multiple projects at once. So, but I still have him do the covers because he's a great cover artist. So Alex, you're the best. Couldn't be doing this without you, buddy. Next up is my editor, Matt Shore, who's also a comic book artist or a creator. Go check that out. He's done some really cool stuff. Matt's just a really great friend. I was actually just with him a couple weeks ago at a Superman celebration in Metropolis, Illinois.
You went there? Les Garner was there. My boy Les was down there at that.
Oh, maybe I saw him. But yeah, he's great. He makes it. Yeah, he makes his own books. He was selling his stuff right next to me. Great pal, and he's actually edited also some of the videos for Tokyo. Not the trailer we saw earlier, but before I had that, when I was doing like actual intro videos, he was the one who edited those. So I was grateful to Matt. Then scrolling up, we have Lam Vuvan, who is the interiors artist for Tokyo. Lam has been incredible. He just sent me a page. We're almost actually done with the comics. So that's the other reason you should pledge, is that you're going to be getting this soon enough. Like, we have to make some edits for like the cameo tier and all that. But we're on page 19 right now. And he just sent me the sketch on it. And I'm just like, yep, nailed it. He did it. He knew exactly what I wanted. Small teaser. I asked him to do a superhero landing for one of the characters. And he was like, nailed it. Like, first try. Because that's what he does.
And that's one thing I forgot to say is Todd's books they come. Okay, you get the books, guys. You get the book. Okay?
I get it. Like, and then if I do make a mistake and I forget to send you something, all you have to do is message me and I will fix it instantly. I've had some issues recently with my printer or with the mail, like postal service, and someone's come up to me like almost every time and they go, hey, like this book is bent. I could send you a picture if you need to see it. I'm like, nah, it's fine. I'll just send you a new book right now. So that's because I take care of it. I want to take care of the people who are supporting me. That's just what I do. And then that's Stitch, obviously.
And that's Stitch, the writer of all these books.
Yes. Stitch Blast. No, it's me.
Look, I remember the first time I met you. I remember the first time I met you. I think at Grand Rapids. Was it?
Yes, Grand Rapids. That's how we met.
And I come around the corner and I see hair. And I'm like, that's my dude. I'm going to go talk to that dude.
I remember that. And I'm trying to get back to Grand Rapids. They got to let me in, Pops. I'm trying. They got to let me in. But
Mark Hodges, are you listening? I know John Dexter got notified today that he's in. So they are telling people. They're in the process of letting people know who's in right now.
Because I love Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids was my first $1,000 show. And like sales wise, and I wanted to go back the next year to see if I could match or top that. And then I went on like a 3-year hiatus with them. I'm just like, come on, guys, I love this show. Like, let me back in. So, but yeah, that's me. It's me. It's TCB wrestling reference. But this picture is funny because a friend of mine, Matt Knowles, is also a comic book writer.
Matt Knowles. Symmetry is
exactly right. So I posted that picture randomly, and he's like, "Why is that not your avatar picture for everything?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Todd, that makes you instantly relatable. Who doesn't love Stitch?" And I was just like, "Okay." So,
do you feel instantly relatable?
No. I mean, you can see my hair, Pops. I mean, not everyone has this. I mean, come on.
I know. You don't even need to be outgoing. You just shake your head a little bit. It's like, yeah, that's all you gotta do.
So, but yeah, it's been a long road. It's been a long journey, over 10 years doing this, but we're still making projects. I'm working on 4 technically right now, not including my next novel for As We Wander the Stars. So always working on something, and I just couldn't imagine my life if I wasn't doing this.
There you go. That's the kind of people we like to promote, guys. People that love to do what they're doing. Todd, I want to thank you for coming out, and good luck on the last hour. I hope you pull in another, 5-6 backers and score some more dollars. Get some more books out there, man. Get the books out. That's to me, it's how many books you get out. It ain't about the money,
No.
I just want to know that we helped you get some books out, or help people get a look at what you do and maybe draw some attention to it.
I'm grateful, Pops. So to everyone watching, thank you so much. To all of my backers who might see this, thank you so much for supporting me over the years. It means a lot to get to continue Tokyo. And I look forward to finishing number 10 and then getting started on number 11 soon enough. So thanks.
That's what I was hoping to hear. I was going to ask next. It ain't over, is it?
No. Well, we're going to, like I always do, Pops, what we're going to do is we're going to finish this arc, which will be issue 12. And then I'll take a break and wait a year, and then I'll start right back up again. So
cool.
Gotta let things breathe.
Yeah, I get you. It's always good to see you, my friend.
Thanks, Pops.
Ghost Pepper, did you have anything that we didn't cover that you had in mind?
Nah, man. No, not at all. I just good luck on your campaign, Todd. Everything looks fantastic. You're going to do well. You're going to do well, brother. It looks good.
Try my hardest, man. Try my hardest.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well,
that's how we do it, people. Thanks for tuning in. Everybody over on Pill, Rumble, X, everywhere where somebody's watching right now, thank you for tuning in. Please share out that campaign link that's in the description, because there's still an hour left of this thing.
And I accept late pledges. I have late pledges turned on. So
okay. I that is a question I was going to ask at the end of the show. I never asked during the show, because everybody goes, "Oh, who cares then?"
No. Well, not all the tiers we've talked about today will be active during late pledges, like the cameo tier, the sticker tier, and certain other ones. They won't be active.
A lot of people don't realize that. If you wait for the late backer tier, sometimes some stuff ain't available that you might have wanted.
Yeah, only the basic
tier. Get it now, yo.
Yeah, exactly. Only the basic tiers will be available, like getting the collections or the main Tokyo collections, getting the physical copy, the digital copy. Those will be available late tiers, but the stickers, the cameos, the thank you page, those will all be written out. So you got clock's ticking. Clock's ticking.
Yeah, there you go. All right. It's good to see you, bud. I'm gonna check out tonight. Don't forget, it's freaking figures, and if hunting and outdoor type stuff is your thing, at 9:00 over there on the Big Sexy Outdoors channel, our boy Chris from the Laughing Rogue is a co-host over there on Big Sexy Outdoors. Go check that out. Bye, everybody.
Peace.
I'll tell you, I'm at Steel City Comic Con. You're watching me at Madness Comic Network. What a crowd. Love it.